Mike with some last second sustenance.
That's right. You need it.
Gotta have it.
He's ready.
Here we are.
All right, firing it up the audio. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the rehearsal podcast for the week of May 12. We are a 3-2-1 improv comedy, now live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you, StreamYard.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
I'm doing well.
Eric,
Excellent.
the painter, is here today, right? He's
What's
gonna
that?
Do his Eric, the painter.
No,
he's
he
on our.
canceled. He canceled on us.
I got my canvas, and I was all ready to paint along with him.
Oh, man.
Now you got to go back to Bob Ross.
Oh,
Isn't Bob Ross your favorite anyway?
he is. Yeah. Who needs Eric anyway?
Weren't you interviewed for like a Bob Ross magazine or something?
I kind of.
It's almost like that.
Kind of. Yes, I was on an airplane watching Bob Ross on the
Like you
airplane entertainment, and a lady next to me was like, "Hey, can I take your picture watching Bob Ross?" I'm like, "I guess so, sure." She says, "I asked because I work for PBS, and I was just on the phone with I was just texting the Bob Ross organization, telling them, hey, this guy next to me is watching Bob Ross." And they said, "Oh,
at that point, Mike said, 'Stop looking over my shoulder, lady.'"
Get out here, lady."
What a creep.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of a little bit famous.
So that's very similar.
What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan, good to see you.
Welcome.
Is Jonathan actually that much taller than whoever's in the picture with him, or
He looks like he's like hunched over. He's probably
he's that tall. He has to hover
giant.
over. Oh, by the way, if you're listening on the audio only podcast, sorry, we got distracted because Jonathan arrived. That's Jeremy over there on the controls in Oklahoma. Mike is up in New Hampshire drinking warm tea.
I'm gonna go on with my painting without you.
Mike desperately wants to be the next Bob Ross. You need longer hair.
I don't think his hair grows quite the same way.
I don't think I would get the same effect. Oh well.
Let's hear your Bob Ross impersonation, Mike, while you paint.
Well, here's a happy little tree. Now there's no mistake. Only happy accidents. All right, let's get crazy now. Let's go a big tree. Right. Oh, there you go. Now they just need little doers here with the little twigs and branches for all little squirrels to play in.
Is there going to be a finished product for us to see at the end of the?
Let's hope.
Yeah, paint something up so we can present it at the end and have
channel my inner Bob Ross.
Yeah. Mike's not going to be paying attention to the podcast at all.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Like, what?
Well, we have some big news to celebrate. We have a dear friend of ours that we're very close with, who should be here with us, and I don't know if she is yet. Where is she? What's her deal?
A she?
Sorry. Sorry, I blew the sea. I'm just trying to disguise it.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to know who I was talking about.
No. Okay.
We have a dear friend who should be here with us. We've been friends for a long time. We would like to wish a special happy birthday to our great friend Tony Hawk, everybody.
Yeah, it's Tony Hawk's birthday
today.
Wow. Tony Hawk.
Timeless wonder, really, is what I call him.
Been skateboarding for so long. He'll probably just watch this recorded later. He's going to want to see this because we're dear friends.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we were able to celebrate with Tony Hawk.
It's very nice.
That was good. I'm excited that we got Tony Hawk in the podcast. Jeremy, I have a quiz for you. Now that we're not staying in hotels and we're not on the road, what one item do you think Mike is spending a lot more money on purchasing that when we're on the road staying in hotels, he doesn't need to purchase as often?
I know this. It's toothpaste.
Do you want to explain?
You guys, I haven't brushed my teeth all quarantine.
Do you want to explain why Mike normally doesn't have to buy toothpaste?
Well, Mike, I think it started out as an honest mistake. He forgot to bring his toothpaste, or he ran out.
It's always an honest mistake. I just run out.
And then, the hotel, you can go down to the front desk a lot of times and you can get tiny little travel toothpastes or something like that because they want to help their guests or whatever. And so Mike started doing that every time, even though he didn't need it. So he started building up a collection of toothpaste and not having to buy any.
It's a resource.
Oh, hey, look at that. Whittles is here.
Whittles is here. Hello.
Let's talk about Whittles for a second.
Let's.
Whittles is part of the Camp Fuego family in
Or what?
Louisiana. Careful, Mike. Whittles.
I'll go back to my painting.
She just got here, Mike. Keep painting.
She's still part of the family.
Whittles has sat in on the podcast before. She was there. We had video going, but she stayed off camera the entire time.
Be on camera.
She does not want the attention.
Her heart is probably racing faster just now because I put her message up on there.
She's also eyeing Mike's painting, hoping that she can take it away from him and take it home with her.
Dang.
Leave him without an art project.
We're getting all the greatest hits.
It's Whittles' birthday today.
It is.
Happy birthday, Whittles.
Look at that.
Our second close friend, her and Tony Hawk, both with a birthday today.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Well, it's a good day for us.
Also, did you see Brad Beyer there? Brad Beyer, old board game friend from Michigan. Hey, Brad.
What board game? Like Acquire?
Yeah, that was the Acquire days, yes.
Excellent.
Yes, Brad lived close to me. I would run over to his house. We'd get some games to Acquire in. Brad, he used to be a orchestra director, like at a school.
So he also played choir.
He plays all choir and choir. He plays, I think it was all the instruments.
All of
them.
Brad. That's quite a lot.
He seems way too talented to be your friend, Carl. I don't know.
Whittles didn't know she shared her birthday with Tony Hawk, but look, she's wearing Tony Hawk's hat.
Yeah. They wear the same hat. It's amazing.
That's what you do when you share a birthday together.
Imagine if that was true. What? I got to see who my birthday doppelganger is and what hat they wear.
You have an assigned hat. Everybody who has a birthday on that date has to wear that hat.
I read like a tweet or something from Tony Hawk one time where he said he was at an airport and he gave somebody the TSA agent his license and said, "Oh, your name's Tony Hawk, like that skater guy." And he goes, "Yep." And he goes, "I wonder what that guy's doing now." And he goes, "This."
He's probably flying somewhere. That's funny. Normally, in May, we make a
hat.
Oh, all hats. All hats are good. Normally this week in May, we head to Marietta, Georgia to hang out at the Johnson Ferry Baptist Church. We've been doing an event there every year for several years. It's the high school graduation banquet for graduating seniors of Johnson Ferry Baptist Church and their parents. Right. I think my favorite part about that event is it's parents and students together. And we're doing an improv show. We're taking suggestions from the crowd. The parents want to get in on the act and give some suggestions. Most of the time, what they do, though, is embarrass their kids.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of this. Like, "Oh, Dad, please don't."
Yeah.
They ask questions like, "How can my son get a girlfriend?" And he's like right there. And it's very funny.
And his girlfriend is next to him. And she's like,
And while we're talking to them, we always ask, now, which of the students at the table are with you? And they're all hiding. They don't, "Dad, don't point at me. Leave me out of this." On the bright side, they normally have really good cupcakes at Johnson Ferry Baptist.
That's true.
They order in some very high quality cupcakes.
Yeah, like the big giant ones with the big mound of frosting on the top. You try to take a bite out of it and the frosting's everywhere. Can you put some frosting in your painting, Mike?
Frosting?
Frosting.
But
he's like, no.
Bob Ross would say yes. So
if you're just joining us, Mike is making a painting right now that he will display at the end of the podcast to let everybody see what he's been up to.
You can you can just put a snow-capped mountain and call it frosting.
That's true. Oh, I can do something like that.
He's moved on from the happy little trees. He's working on the mountains now. That's good. Mike, you have to take a moment out from your painting, though. I have some presidential history for you.
Okay, paintbrushes down.
The goal basically is to see if Mike's presidential placemat when he was growing up actually worked. Because
the goal has become a lot more direct lately. Okay.
You saw that thing every day, right?
Yeah, I ate my chicken parmesan on it.
He's like, I ate every day. So.
And there was the presidential placemat. So in 1846, there was a war declaration asked for by the President of the United States to start the Mexican-American War. So who was the president, Mike, in 1846 that asked for that war declaration?
How about John Tyler?
Sorry, that's actually pretty close, I think. Jeremy, do you have a guess? You who did not grow up with a presidential placemat in front of you every day?
I barely know the name of the current president. 1840.
If he hadn't been on TV before, you wouldn't know the name of the current president.
1846. I don't even know their names. All I know is Andrew Garfield.
Right. You just guess Andrew Garfield for everything?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, right. James K. Polk. James K. Polk.
The inventor of polka.
I realized the next one that I have, I did not write down the answer. And so I'm going to have to make sure.
Right. We're going to be right.
Pretty sure I have it. In 1852, this week, Charles Fairbanks was born. You would think Charles Fairbanks, wouldn't you think he'd be from Alaska?
You would think.
No. Charles Fairbanks from Ohio, oddly. Apparently, he helped solve the Alaska border dispute. I'm not sure I knew there was an Alaska border dispute, but there was at some point.
Of course
That's why they named Fairbanks after him, because he helped with the Alaska border dispute. He was the vice president from 1905 to 1909 for what president?
Grover Cleveland.
I feel like that presidential placemat was not helpful.
Wow.
Well, my point was over most of it.
He had food, and there's probably food stains.
Wait, what years?
1905 to 1909.
That's got to be really close. Is it like Teddy Roosevelt?
Yes. Yes.
That's the Rough Riders.
Take that with your presidential placemat.
Hey, I think Jonathan knew. I don't know if he said it before or after me.
Did Jonathan know the answer, or is Jonathan just a big fan of Teddy Roosevelt?
Or does he just snuggle with his Teddy?
he just found it and wanted us to know he found his teddy bear.
Those of you that are listening live and watching and commenting, feel free to suggest a segment. We have these random segments that we do, like presidential history. We have fact-checking Jeremy, I think we did last week.
Yeah.
What other? We have like this date in 321 history. We did that one last week in Stumped Mike.
I started Jazzy Jeremy reads 80s lyrics.
Yes, that's a crowd favorite, Jazzy Jeremy.
Is it?
I think everybody said it's creepy.
You say creepy, I say crowd favorite. I think they're the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the comment box there, feel free to share a segment. We can come up with a segment very easily. Just give it a name and we'll figure it out. I have a couple of
a lot of power you just put into the people's hands.
Right? I think it'll be fun. Actually, somebody just names a segment and then we come up with a segment. Like, somebody says, wish happy birthday to the person you're closest to who has a birthday on this date. We did that earlier. We came up with happy birthday, Tony Hawk. Whitney used to be, Whittles. Whittles used to be the senior research specialist on the show.
Research specialist.
But then
if we needed to fact check Jeremy, she would be the one to actually do it.
Yeah,
that's true.
She basically started that segment, but then she kind of disappeared on us, and we don't hear from her as often. So we had to take away her title.
Spreads falsehoods willy-nilly.
She is now the former senior research specialist of the Rehearsal Podcast.
You're letting her know that she's being let go live on a podcast on her birthday?
Well, that's kind of harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I have a couple of educational history questions for you.
Oh boy.
Wow.
But I don't know how to pronounce it, though. There's a university in Krakow, Poland.
Yeah.
It's the oldest university in Poland, Jagiellonian University.
Oh, yeah.
What year did Jagiellonian University begin? It's the oldest university in Poland.
I just love that it's called Jagiellonian.
Jagiellonian.
I have no idea if that's actually how it's pronounced, but
Probably not.
Okay.
Jagiellony.
It's probably that.
I mean, it's old.
It's got to be like really old.
And
it's helpful that I speak Polish so I can really get that name right.
Because the oldest university in like America dates back to like at least like this 17 or 1800s. So it's got to be before that.
This is like 1537.
1537 is your guess, Jeremy.
I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna say even further back. I'm gonna say like 1300.
1364. Nice work.
Wow. I thought that was like the Dark Ages where nobody knew anything.
Jeremy is killing it in trivia today. Whitney says she wasn't fired. She went into early retirement.
Right. Of course.
Where's Jonathan? Jonathan, can you give us a segment title? Just name a segment, and then we'll do a segment here on the podcast based on the name of the segment you give us.
We're narrowing it down to one person.
I have faith in Jonathan. He's really tall, so he's going to have good ideas.
Yeah.
All the good ideas are like way up here. So.
Or we think he's really tall. We still don't know. That picture of him, I mean, that person could be sitting down. So
that's the new segment. Guess the height of our of
our watchers, listeners.
Guess the height of people currently watching.
Oh boy,
that's an old university. Is that the oldest? That you said that's the oldest university in Poland?
In Poland,
about ever?
I have the oldest one in the Americas.
It's going to be later than that. That's not as exciting.
It's the National University of San Marcos is the oldest university in the Americas. Where is the National University of San Marcos?
San Marcos.
San Marcos?
I don't think that's accurate.
Is that a place?
I mean, no, I'm assuming that San Marcos is probably a person, right? University.
You're the one looking at the information.
I don't have all the details. I know where it is. It's not in a place called San Marcos.
Now I gotta.
Is it in Mexico?
No, further south.
Ah, yes, Guatemala.
Further south.
That would have been awesome.
Keep going.
Colombia.
Brazil. Now I don't know which direction from there. It's in South America. Lima, Peru. Is the University of San Marcos, oldest university in the Americas. Mike, when do you think the National University of San Marcos was founded in Lima?
Yes, 1690.
1551. All that was just to give Jeremy time to research what is the oldest university in the world.
The oldest one in the world is in Bologna, Italy, established in the year 1088.
Oh, really? I was hoping it could go back like before 1,000, a 3-digit year. That would have been great. 1064?
1088.
1088. Wow. What's it called?
University of Bologna.
Bologna.
Where we get our bologna. It's where it all started. It's where lunch meets began.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jonathan respond yet? Oh, most embarrassing moments alive. Like, so most embarrassing moments that happened
live?
No, I think he's saying like
during a show.
I don't know. I think he's saying the segment is we have to tell an embarrassing moment. I don't know if that means.
Do you have most embarrassing moments?
I have a hard time thinking of any embarrassing moments on stage because that we end up just working it into the show.
And that's kind of the point is we want to be
embarrass ourselves in different ways.
Yeah, because we always say it doesn't matter if you're laughing with us or laughing at us. As long as you're laughing, it's all good.
I mean, I kicked my shoe into the audience accidentally. That wasn't great.
That would have been. Sure. I mean, that would have been embarrassing if that shoe would have like hit somebody in the face.
I've got one. So we had gone maybe like 10 or 15 minutes into the show and got to a point where Carl and Jeremy were doing a game, part of a game together. And so I was off to the side, so I wasn't really in it. And so a lady came up like to the front of the stage, off to the side where I was, and she said, "Your fly's down." Like, oh, yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you. So that was. I'm honestly surprised my fly hasn't been down in more situations. I think we've all been very diligent since then, though.
Yeah. That's a regular part of the pre-show ritual back in the green room. You get some last snacks in. You make sure you've gone to the bathroom. You got a zipper check. Yeah.
I probably check it 5 times ultimately between leaving the green room and then going on stage.
I also always check before helping hands. There's we normally do kind of our sharing time. We talk about what 3, 2, 1 means. We talk about happiness versus joy. And then the last game of the show is helping hands, where Mike goes behind me. I have my hands behind my back and I'm completely out of control of what's going on. Every time before that game, I check my zipper because I always, that would be the worst. You're back there and like, tucking my shirt in or doing whatever and my fly's down. That would be bad.
Of course, with no shows to go do lately, I'm just constantly going around the house with fly down. So I have no need to check it.
There's no reason to check it.
This is my life now.
This is Mike's life. He's upstairs painting. Has anybody seen Daddy? He's upstairs painting again. He's started his Bob Ross career.
Right.
That's good.
Did you finish your painting?
I think so.
I don't think I have any show embarrassing moments. Jeremy, do you have any?
Embarrassing moments during a show. Probably. Oh, I know when I was the most embarrassed, I think, is that first time that I met Harris. And then I immediately broke his microphone. He provided me with a mic pack, and then I was pretending to be a cowboy on a like a bucking bronco, and I spun around so hard I kicked my own leg out from underneath me, and then I fell directly on the mic pack, which was like on my hip, and I just like cracked it in places, and I was terribly embarrassed.
That was one of the tours we did with him, right? So we heading out on tour. We got all of his gear. So I come around the corner. We finished our set. Harris is out doing his. I come around the corner backstage, and you guys didn't you have like a little soldering gun? Like you had some. I
don't think we had a soldering gun.
Maybe a screwdriver. So you were doing repairs. I came around the corner. You kind of both looked up like, oh,
well.
Look at that. Is that really?
Speaking of going on tour and breaking microphones,
is Micah Tyler really here with us? Why doesn't he just come in and join the call?
Because we didn't send him an invite.
Well, okay. Well, he's invited. Look, Micah, come back next week.
We'll kick Eric Samuelson back another week. It's okay.
Whoever we have booked as a guest for next week just got bumped.
Micah, can you paint?
Sorry, Whittles. We're celebrating other birthdays over here.
Yeah.
Micah, did you know it's Tony Hawk's birthday? Make sure you call him.
Yeah, he probably knows it. He probably knows.
We said hi. Yeah, we're all tight. We know each other. Well, I think we're running out of time here. Jeremy, did you want to get in as Micah seen? There's a question from Micah. Who's a better person to tour with, Harris or me?
Harris the 15th.
Harris the 15th. So that's Harris the third's great grandson would be Harris the 15th. So yeah, hopefully. I'm not sure if we're going to be still touring at that point.
I don't know can we answer this without hurting somebody?
All tours are good.
Here's my answer. I will say Micah because I am a big extrovert and Micah comes with more people. There's a whole band that goes.
We got to get Mike on, and Mike, you need to come on with us next week, because my question is, the one night on the tour bus, a lot of times we'd have a late night snack. We had Buffalo Wild Wings some nights. One night, the Wild Wings, the chicken wings were not from Buffalo Wild Wings, and I want to know if that was some sort of a test just to see if Jeremy would eat them, or was there no Buffalo Wild Wings in that area to get? I'm still curious about that one. So he needs to come back next week and let us in on the secret.
I think it was that there wasn't one around, because Jackson was a big fan of Buffalo Wild Wings as well.
Yeah.
We were kindred spirits.
Do you have any idea where the backup ones even came from? I don't even remember.
Oldest and more next time.
That's the way to tease next week's podcast. Come back next week. Oh, Mike is in. All right.
We'll make it happen.
Come back here next week, Tuesday at noon, and Mike and Tyler will be with us on StreamYard live on Facebook and on YouTube as we wrap things up. Micah needs to see Jazzy Jeremy in action.
Oh, does he?
This is a segment.
Backdrop.
Oh wait, we need to see the painting.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
You did all that just during the podcast.
Yeah.
Bob Watts paints one in 30 minutes.
Yeah. So does Mike.
Wow. Mike, I am blown away. I did not know you had that kind of skill.
And the cupcake that you requested, there's a guy, it's like right up there in the basket.
It's a guy. He's got a cupcake in the balloon. Okay.
Wow. That is amazing.
There we go.
That is so good. All right, let's wrap things up with here you go, Micah. This is Jazzy Jeremy quoting 80s lyrics.
Oh,
what do you have for us today?
Okay, wait. There we go.
He's got to get in the mood of Jazzy Jeremy. It's like a different persona.
Yeah. All right. So this one's one of my favorites from the 80s. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
And that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you for listening and or watching. Happy birthday, Whittles. Happy birthday, Tony Hawk. Micah Tyler. We'll see you next week here on the podcast. We are 321 Improv. 3 Christian guys combined into one ministry, all to bring glory to the one who makes it all possible. Be sure to check this video out. Let other friends know about it. It'll be posted on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at 321 Improv. We will talk to you again next week. This podcast ends in 3, 2, 1.
We did it.
Whew. Good times.
Good work, everyone.
Special guest showing up. Jonathan got goosebumps.
Goosebumps from Mike's painting, I think.
I think that was from your creepy voice.
Oh, right.
No, lightning strikes and causes a lot of damage. You know how
Woo. Wow. Good times. Micah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
He was like, right. I was just kidding.
It's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Or he was saying, I'm into something else.
Yeah, that was the unrelated comment. He's wait, I didn't mean to put that in there.
He was talking. He was talking about the buffalo wings. He was like, "I'm in. Let's get some wings." I wasn't
talking to you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Sorry, I was in a chat with Jeremy Camp over here, and I got my chat rooms confused.
All righty. Well, let's say goodbye to the viewers.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Have a good day.